everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I am doing a pattern review for the last dress in the Battle of the Shirt Dress, which is also the grand finale of Battle of the Shirt Dress. Yes, so if you have been following along with Battle of the Shirt Dress, you know I started Battle of the Shirt Dress back in March, and each month since March I have sewn one shirt dress, and I told you at the end of four, you know, after I sew four, I will tell you which one I like the most, the least, in between, and all that. Okay, now before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's get into the quick pattern review for the shirt dress that I have on, and then off to some good grand finale stuff. All right, so first of all, the pattern that I have on, or the pattern that I use to create what I have on, is Simplicity 8687. Now this pattern is an old pattern from pre-fall 2018, I believe. So when I was going through my patterns to figure out what simplicity pattern I wanted something old, because I know everyone would have thought that I wanted to use a new pattern, which I do, but I also have shirt dresses from years prior. Okay, so this pattern is almost 4 years old. Okay, can you find it in the pattern drawer? Yes. Why? Because I checked. Now some Joann's have pulled patterns and everything, so you may and may not. If not, you can always find it on eBay, Etsy, or Amazon. So on to the pattern description. So the pattern description for this pattern, Simplicity 8687, it is a Mrs. Classic shirt dress. So on view A and view B, it has the wrap front. View A kind of had like a cuff style sleeve. View B, which is the view that I made, it has the ruffles at the sleeve, and then view C has ties on the sleeve, and then view D, it looks like a basic shirt dress. So that's the pattern description for Simplicity 8687. Let's get into sewing skills. So the sewing skill for this pattern, it's not rated because it's older, and they did not rate patterns back then. So I feel that this pattern is an intermediate beginner. Why? Because you need to know a lot of different techniques when it comes to shirt dresses. This is not just your standard shirt dress. You have to put ruffles on. You have to do a front wrap if you have never done one before, ties on the side of the front wrap and the dress, pockets. It's a lot to do for this pattern. Let's talk about notions used. So one thing that I noticed on the notions in the back, on the back of the pattern, it says you need 9 half-inch buttons. However, the buttonhole guide only gives you 8 buttons to mark. So I used 8 buttons instead of 9. Now I don't know if that's a pattern, the back of the pattern for the notions error, or if it is an error from the buttonhole guide. I say that it's not a huge thing that'll make you trip up, but I always mark the center button first, where I want it to be buttoned at the bust, and then make the rest of my buttonholes after that. So but I used 8 buttonholes, 8 buttons for this garment. That's the only notion that you need outside of your thread and interfacing. So there's nothing else that you need outside of those 8 buttons. Let's talk about fabric used. So the fabric used for this pattern was 100% Ankara print. I purchased this fabric a while ago. I want to say probably 2020 from K Textile 19. I'm pretty sure it's no longer available, but if it's available, I will link to it in the description box below. As well, this has been hiding in my stash for a while. So when I decided on red, white, and blue for the color scheme for Battle of the Shirt Dresses, I just had to pull this out, and I'm glad that I saved this for this shirt dress because I love it. I'm glad that I chose this fabric for this shirt dress. All right, let's talk about pattern pieces. Listen, I am not going to tell you every single pattern piece. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen for you to see and talk you through it. So for the pattern pieces, I think I used a total of 11 or 12. So I used pattern piece 1, the front, 2, the tie in, 4, the front overlay, 5, the front overlay facing, 6, the back, 7, the yoke back, 8, the pockets, 9, the collar, 10, the front facing, 11, the sleeves, 13, the buttonhole guide, and 14, the sleeve ruffles. So I used quite a bit of pattern pieces in order to construct this shirt dress. All right, let's talk about the pattern sizing. So for this pattern, it comes in 2 pattern envelopes. The first pattern envelope is 10 to 18, and then the second one is 20W to 28W. The size that I cut was a size 16. I was a little nervous on if it would fit. Well, not necessarily if it would fit, it would be if it was going to be too baggy, too big. Because if you remember when I did the sew along from McCall's 8031 2 months ago, I believe, I enlarged the bust area, but I left the waist where it was and it fits perfectly. This one was the same thing. So I'm not sure if the waist was accurate or not, because it gave a lot of ease in the waist area. So I'm not mad about it whatsoever, but it's kind of hard to determine if it was built like, if the shirt dress was supposed to be built like that, or if it was just a lot of ease. It's hard to tell that way. All right, so let's talk about modifications. Did I make any modifications? No, I did not make any modifications, because this shirt dress, you really don't need to, because there's a lot going on with the front wrap, the buttons, the sleeves, the collar. It really was not anything that I needed to change on this pattern. It already had pockets, so I didn't need to add pockets. So I didn't really need to make any modifications to this pattern like I have done with the other 3 shirt dress. I have made a modification for each shirt dress. This one, I did not have to, and I like the fact that I did not have to do that. All right, did it look like the photos and the drawings on the pattern envelope? Yes, it does. Outside of the busy fabric, it is exactly the same dress as you see the model wearing on the envelope. Are the instructions easy to follow? Yes. I didn't trip up anywhere in the instructions. They were super easy to follow, super easy to read. I will say that you may get tripped up on that front overlay, but that's about the only thing that can possibly trip you up on that pattern piece. I think that's about it. There wasn't anything else that was a little fuzzy or anything in the pattern. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. Did I have any dislikes? No. Everything that I did for the shirt dress, I loved. I mean, love, 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 love. First time experiences. Did I have any first time experiences? Yes. This is the first time that I have done a front overlay wrap. So basically it's this portion right here, the right wrapped over to the left. That's the first time that I have done something like that. It's new. So it is the first time experience, but no, it's not the first time I have done a shirt dress or anything lack thereof. All right. Would I sew it again? Yes, I would sew it again. However, I don't want to sew it again because it's a lot of pattern pieces, a lot of time invested in doing the shirt dress. So yes, I would possibly sew it again, but not anytime soon. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Yes, I would recommend it to others, but I will definitely say when sewing this shirt dress, you may want to take definitely 4 to 5 days or even a week. And what I mean by that is set a time slot in your schedule of when you want to sew, and just do those little steps. Don't try to rush and get a shirt dress done in a day or two, because believe you me, it doesn't work that way. Now, this shirt dress took me every bit of about 3.5 days to do, but it's because I was running up on a time schedule and I had different things going on over the weekend. I wanted to post over the weekend, but because I had birthdays and Father's Day and all that good stuff, I didn't post over the weekend. So I felt like take the photos and wait until Wednesday and post on your normal Wednesday, okay? Well, what you working on Wednesday? Hashtag WYWOW. What you working on Wednesday? All right, my pattern rating. So for this pattern, I'm gonna rate this a 5 out of 5 because I love the pattern. I love the dress. Yes, it's that. So now that I talked about the pattern review, let's get over into the grand finale of all the dresses. I'm not going to go back and review every single one. I'm going to tell you what I did for each dress and then tell you which one I like rank wise, from the least to the one that I think is the winner in my category, all right, in my book. All right, so I kicked it off with Butterick 6702, and I'm gonna put all the pictures up on the screen for you to see. So Butterick 6702, a shirt dress. I came out with this red leaf fabric, okay? And it was a hit with you guys. I added the tabs, I added the flaps, and we were good to go. I paired it with some black flats and it was amazing. I love that dress. From there, the next month I went and did McCall's 8031. I added these puff sleeves and a cuff to it. So for the shirt dress was originally McCall's 8031, and I added McCall's 7838, did a sew along for that as well. The fabric was amazing. I love it. I paired it with some black heels. Amazing, okay? Number 3, last month I did New Look 6180, which was an old classic shirt dress with just 4 buttons. I used a white moon leaf fabric that was in my stash. I also did a split sleeve with red lining. It was a hit, okay? I paired it with some white platform type shoes, or wet shoes you could call it. I love that dress, I do, and I'm torn because I love each and every one of them. Now this month I did this dress, Simplicity 8687, navy blue with some red florals and white florals, and paired it with some red shoes, and it was amazing. Now, which one is at number 4? Now listen, I love each and every one of them, and it's kind of hard to choose which one I like the most, the least. I'm gonna tell you, I love each and every one of them for different reasons. But when it comes to having to choose first, second, third, and fourth place, it's very, very hard. And I'm gonna tell you why. So for my 4th place, I am going to put Butterick 6702, the red dress. Not because I dislike it. I felt that this dress is amazing. I love it. I would do each and every one of them again. However, for that dress, I feel like that dress, sides wise, I think I should have cut a bigger side or gave a couple of inches in the waist. It's not super tight. It's just something that I would do. So on 4, I'm gonna put Butterick 6702, even though it is a top number 1 for me, but doing it in how I feel that each one should go, that's where I'm gonna put it. Number 2, I am going to put the second dress on number 2. And the reason why is simply because I feel like, yes, it is a basic dress, and I had to add the sleeves in order to give it a little okay? So I'm gonna put dress number 2, McCall's 8031, as the 3rd dress. Place number 3. Number 2, I feel this dress right here is the 2nd place winner. And it's because the fabric is bold. I love the print. I love the front wrap over. I think it's amazing. And in my number 1 slot, New Look 6180 with the split sleeves. You guys went crazy over that dress. So yes, it was a favorite of mine. I have worn it once since making it. So I have worn it a total of 2 times so far. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little grand finale and pattern review of all the shirt dresses that I made as the Battle of the Shirt Dresses, using 4 of the big 4 patterns. I used Butterick, McCall's, New Look, and Simplicity. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I would like to hear which one you like and what would your ranking be for each one of the shirt dress. Put it in the comment below and let's see what you decide. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep sewing.